record my video for today. I'm looking at my camera. All right, but I'm going live as well. Two birds, one stone. I'm actually gonna do. I was about to skip Daniel, but you know what? I'll just keep going. Daniel chapter 10. That's what I'm gonna do next. I haven't really taken many notes on it, so I'm just gonna take some quick notes and go from there. If you have any questions, that would be outstanding. I'll write down your questions and maybe even make a video. All right. I'm a little disorganized at the moment. I was doing all that math in my last video. If you haven't seen my last video, check it out. All right. I'm just trying to focus. I'm trying to relax and shoot my video. You know, sometimes when you start YouTube, like it can actually be a little nerve-wracking. I know at first it's kind of nerve-wracking at first when you start making videos, but the key is actually to be consistent. The more consistent you are, the less nerve-wracking it gets. All right, that's crazy. That's huge. All right, so if you want to start shooting videos, like just start. Literally, just start. All right, let go of all the fear, the a little intimidating. What are people gonna think? You know, people are gonna comment negative. Like you really just gotta let it all go, and you just gotta let it be what it is. You know, like you just gotta let it be. And once you start shooting, like you start getting used to it. Like whoa, like man, you know, you hear a negative comment, you know, but then you'll get some positive ones. So any words of courage always help, man. Always help. I'm shooting in my garage at the moment. It has a little fan right here, and man, it's hot. But this is the quietest area I have in my home because I do have an infant who is 2 years old. She's like 2.5. So in order to prevent like you know her crying loud and it comes out of my video, I come to the garage where I'm hoping it'll be fall sometime soon because we're in I'm like mid-October and it's still hot here in Houston, Texas. All right. Well, actually, I'm like kind of by Galveston, Texas. So yeah, but I'm gonna go through Daniel chapter 10. All right, Daniel chapter 10, vision of the glorious man. All right, and I'm reading the New King James Version, by the way. I have the King James Version up here, which I mean I can read the King James Version as well. His body was also like, you know what? Let's go to King James Version. All right. To be honest, I like to teach using the New King James Version because it's a little more simple. But you should be able to do either one. You know, you should be able to. You kind of want to go by the King James Version, to be honest. You know, some different words, a little more specific. If you want to, if somebody like challenges you on scripture, pretty much, you want to go by King James Version, right? Because some words are changed over here. But to learn, to study, to, you know, you get whatever is easiest to you. You know, whatever you think is easier, get that Bible and learn off that one. So I would recommend, you know, whatever simple text, New King James Version. Like the one, to be honest, I don't think you should go beyond New King James Version. You know, I mean, if you have to, you have to. For you know, for your kids, for teenagers, get a more simple version. But you know, King James Version is kind of where you want to stay. So I would strongly recommend that. All right, so let me see. Let me get a. All right, Daniel chapter 10, vision of the glorious man. That's what it says on my New King James Version. It has a little more notes on it. So, in the 3rd year of Cyrus, king of Persia, a thing was revealed unto Daniel, whose name was called Belteshazzar. Remember, they changed his name to Belteshazzar when he was in Babylon. Remember, the story of Daniel is Babylon trying to change Daniel and his friends. All right, they're trying to make them more Babylonian, more, uh, you know, what they are. They're like they try to make them more of them, and they try to take away their roots. I remember they try to change their eating habits. They change their name. They try to get them just like they are. So, all right. So in the third year of Cyrus, king of Persia, the king of revealed unto Daniel, whose name was called Belshazzar, and one thing was true, but the time appointed was long, and he understood the thing, and had understanding of the vision. So here's a vision. All right. In those days, I Daniel was mourning 3 full weeks. Daniel was mourning 3 full weeks. I ate no pleasant bread, neither came flesh nor wine in my mouth, neither did I anoint myself at all, till 3 whole weeks were fulfilled. So he pretty much didn't eat anything for 3 whole weeks. So I'm gonna write that down. He didn't eat anything for 3 full weeks. And in the 24th day of the morning, as I was by the side of the great river, which is Euphrates. That's why in the New King James Version it says Euphrates River. The great river, which is Hiddekai. So let me see here in the 10:4, the Tigris. It says the Tigris River. Then I lifted up mine eyes. Man, you see, that's why I kind of go to the, because I'm like, what? This is, I mean, you want to know your word in the King James Version, but you're gonna have to interpret some things, you know. Then I lifted up mine eyes and looked, and behold, a certain man clothed in linen, whose loins were girded with fine gold of Uphaz. See, so on 5 it says Uphaz, yeah, the gold of Uphaz. His body also was like the beryl, and his face as appearance of lightning. So another description of Jesus. All right, this looks like this is the revelation Jesus. This is the vengeance Jesus. All right, it says here, lightning, his appearance of lightning, and his eyes as lamps of fire. So Jesus has lamps of fire. Like, so far, the interpretation of what does Jesus look like is Revelation, which they all say he has fiery eyes. His eyes are like flames of fire. That is huge, man. That is the description of what Jesus looks like. Remember, this is the vengeance Jesus. This is the Jesus that is going to save the day. All right, and I Daniel alone saw the vision of for the men that were with me saw not the vision, but a great quaking fell upon them, so they fled to hide themselves. Therefore I was left alone and saw the great vision, and there remained no strength in me, for my comeliness was turned in me. That's huge. All right, so pretty much that actually looks pretty simple. So I'm just gonna make my video real quick, and I'm gonna make my video. I'm gonna start my video and go from there. You know, I need some content to spread out, so I'm gonna make my video on my camera over here. Jeez, man, I need some caffeine. I just need some caffeine, man. Woo! Just relax. Just relax. If you have any questions, that would be outstanding. Let me see here. Feel free to ask any questions. Whoever's out there, feel free to ask any questions. All right, feel free to ask any questions. If you have any questions, feel free to ask. All right, I'm just letting it go live as I record my video. I'm actually gonna go with the New King James Version. All right, I just gotta stay focused. Let's make this video. All right, look at my camera. All right, I got my microphone ready to go. Outstanding. All right. Ready to go. All right, let me see. Daniel chapter 10, Vision of the Glorious Man. So I must go introduction. In the 3rd year of Cyrus, king of Persia, the message in those days, I Daniel was mourning. Now, on the 24th day of the 1st month, so like January 24th, pretty much. So I was inside. I lifted my eyes. That's his body. Okay. Therefore, I was left alone. That's all great. Yet I heard a sound of his words. When I heard a sound, face to the ground. Prophecies concerning Persian Greece. Suddenly, a hand touched me, which made tremble on the knee. All right. So I'm gonna go on. I gotta make this interesting. But the prince of the kingdom of Persia withstood me 21 days, and behold, let's see. Now I have come to make an. Alright. Just trying to figure this out. In Persia, the fourth shall be forward. Alright. Just trying to read. Alright, so I just gotta get some. Let's just start recording. 10. Alright. Alright. Alright, let's start recording. Alright. Alright, let's just go. Alright, Daniel chapter 10. Alright, and here we're going to see a description of Jesus Christ again. Alright, so we've already seen a description of Jesus Christ in Revelation. By the way, this is the avenge Jesus Christ. This is the Jesus Christ that's going to come and avenge the people. Okay, he's going to come into the world. Kind of messed that up. Let's see. Jesus, this is the Revelation. Jesus Christ. Vengeance. The vengeance. Use the word vengeance. Vengeance. Daniel chapter 10. Okay, so in this chapter, we're going to see a picture of Jesus Christ. Nope, I said that wrong. Daniel chapter 10. All right, so in this chapter, we're going to see a description of Jesus Christ again. All right, what did Jesus Christ look like? I mean, what does he look like? And it's going to be a description of him. Let's do one more time. Cut. All right. Daniel chapter 10. In this chapter, we're going to see a description of Jesus Christ. This is actually the revelation Jesus Christ, the one that comes with vengeance. All right. So in Revelation, remember the description was he had eyes of fire, like he had flames of fire in his eyes. All right. And that's actually the same description we're going to see here in Daniel chapter 10. All right. So let's just go right into it. In the third year of Cyrus, king of Persia, so that gives you a timeline. So you look up third year of Cyrus, or you just look up the king Cyrus in Babylon. All right. You can Google that. King of Persia, a message was revealed to Daniel, whose name was called Belteshazzar. So Daniel's Babylonian name is Belteshazzar. All right. The message was true, but the appointed time was long, and he understood the message and had understanding of the vision too. In those days, I, Daniel, was mourning 3 full weeks. So Daniel was mourning for 3 full weeks. All right. I ate no pleasant food, no meat or wine came into my mouth, nor did I anoint myself at all till 3 whole weeks were fulfilled. So Daniel is pretty much fasting. All right, that's pretty much what he's doing. He's fasting. He's completely going into the spirit. Another thing, if you want to go like into the spirit, fast. Right, fasting will help you get more connected with God. All right, why? Because you are denying the flesh. You deny your flesh, you get closer to God. So here he's not even eating. He's not drinking wine, nothing. So he's depending on prayer for life. That's what he's doing. And he has this vision, right? Side note, when I had my heavenly experience, I was lacking food as well. I couldn't eat because of my condition. I just couldn't eat. And, you know, COVID, you have trouble eating. And I was just so weak. And I believe that I was like, I was pretty much denying the flesh. I had no choice, you know. But here, Daniel hasn't eaten. So here we go. 4. Now on the 24th day of the first month, as I was by the side of the great river, that is the Tigris River. So you can look that up, Tigris River. 5. I lifted my eyes and looked, and behold, a certain man clothed in linen, whose waist was girded with gold of Uphaz. So that's the description of Jesus Christ right there. Clothed in linen, whose waist was girded with gold of Uphaz. So white, and then a gold waist was girded with gold. So he had something gold on his waist. His body was like beryl, his face like the appearance of lightning, his eyes like torches of fire. So his eyes had like torches of fire. His arms and feet like burnished bronze in color. And the sound of the words like the voice of the multitudes. So his voice was strong. He had a strong voice. And I, Daniel, alone saw the vision. Of the men who were with me did not see the vision. So only Daniel saw this vision. Nobody around him saw it. But a great terror fell upon them, so that they fled to hide themselves. So when the presence of Jesus came, there was a fear, and everybody, they scattered except Daniel. Daniel was the only one able to withstand it. All right. Therefore, I was left alone when I saw this great vision, and no strength remained in me. So he was super weak. For my vigor was turned to frailty in me, and I retained no strength. 9. Yet I heard the sound of his words. While I heard the sound of his words, I was in a deep sleep on my face, with my face to the ground. So Daniel is super weak, and he's asleep with his face on the ground. All right, so he's going through his vision while asleep. That's huge. You know, when I had my experience, that's exactly how it happened. I was in my sleep, and I just had a heavenly experience, and I woke up, and I was like, whoa. All right, so let's see what happens. Daniel chapter 10, verse 10. Suddenly a hand touched me, which made me tremble on my knees and on the palms of my hand. And he said to me, "O Daniel, man greatly beloved." So this is the second time we see that Daniel is beloved. "Understand the words that I speak to you, and stand upright, for I have now been sent to you." While he was speaking these words, I stood trembling. 12. Then he said to me, "Do not fear, Daniel, for from the first day that you set your heart to understand and to humble yourself before your God, your words were heard, and I have come because of your words. But the prince of the kingdom of Persia withstood me 21 days. And behold, Michael, one of the chief princes, came to help me. For I have been left alone there with the king of Persia. So here we see an angel being withheld for 21 days. All right. And Michael, one of the chief princes, came to help me. So it was held by Michael. So these are angels being withheld. These are angels being delayed. All right, I'll read this again. But the prince of the kingdom of Persia withstood me 21 days. And behold, Michael, one of the chief princes, came to help me. So he needed help from another angel. Like, hey, I need help. So angels are struggling as well. Angels need help as well. All right, so that's something huge. So one big thing in the world is, are angels real? Yes, they are real. Angels are real. Okay? That is not a myth. That's here in the Bible. Angels are real, and in the Bible it tells you how they are. And here it said an angel was upheld. He was delayed 21 days. So he's 21 days late. All right, here we go. So again, Michael, one of the chief princes, came to help me, for I had been left alone there with the king of Persia. So he was with the king of Persia. 14. Now I have to come to make you understand what will happen to your people in the latter days, for the vision refers to many days yet to come. So now here, I'm about to tell you the vision. When he had spoken such words to me, I turned my face towards the ground and became speechless. All right, here we go. 16. And suddenly one having the likeness of the sons of men touched my lips. Then I opened my mouth and spoke, saying to him who stood before me, my Lord, because of the vision, my sorrows have overwhelmed me, and I have retained no strength. So because of the vision, he became more weak. He told God, I've become more weak. 17. For how can this servant of my Lord talk with you? My Lord, as for me, no strength remains in me now, nor is any breath left in me. So Daniel's, with the visions, Daniel's becoming weaker and weaker. I remember he hasn't ate, he hasn't drank, nothing. He was asleep, and he's becoming more and more weak. He's in the spirit. He's like huge in the spirit. Like he is depending on prayer and God for strength here. And now he's just so weak. All right. 18. Then again, the one having the likeness of a man touched me and strengthened me. 19. And he said, oh man, greatly beloved, fear not. Peace be to you. Be strong. Yes, be strong. So when he spoke to me, I was strengthened and said, let my Lord speak, for you have strengthened me. So God strengthens him. All right. Then he said, do you know why I have to come to you? And now I must return to fight with the prince of Persia. And when I have gone forth, indeed the prince of Greece will come. So that's the vision. The prince of Greece will come. Now, what do we know about Greece? Alexander the Great. Who did Alexander the Great take over? Persia. Have you seen the movie Alexander? He takes over Persia. Here in the Bible. It's here in the Bible. All right. But when we go to school in our history books, they just talk about Alexander the Great. But yes, he took over Persia. And right here it says, do you know why I have to come to you? And now I must return to fight with the prince of Persia. So with the prince of Persia. And when I have gone forth, indeed, the prince of Greece will come. The prince of Greece is on his way. Alexander the Great is on his way. 21. But I will tell you what is noted in the scripture of truth. No one upholds me against these except Michael, your prince. All right. So nobody upholds except Michael. No one upholds me against these except Michael, your prince. Angel. Michael, angel. All right. So from here, what did we learn? We saw what Jesus looks like. Eyes of fire. He has a white robe. And he has a gold on his waist. All right. We see angels talking about an agenda, right, between Persia and Greece. Hey, it was withholding with Persia. he was withheld with Persia, but he's also saying, hey, Greece is on their way. Alexander the Great is on his way. He takes over Persia. That's who's next. All right, and Babylon. That's who's next. If you watch the movie Alexander the Great, I believe, I forgot who the actor is, but if you see that movie, you'll see the entrance into Babylon. All right, that is huge, and that is it for today. Thank you very much. Please like, comment, share. I would really appreciate it. Thank you very much, and God bless you. All right, awesome. All right. Anybody have any questions? Anything going on out there?